Sit back, let's unpack. It's MMA Shack. Today I'm going to be predicting UFC 324 Paramount card. This will be the first card of the year. I feel like I cook with this card, so let's get right into it. As you see the art behind it, I created. I feel like this could be a little, good concept art for the main event. And I feel like the best main event for the first card for Paramount would be Hamza Chimaev versus Nasruddin Imavov. Hamza is like the one of the biggest names in the company right now. He'd be huge to start the Paramount subscription, card off with a bang. He's been his last fight was in August. Became the middleweight champion. Next in line will be Imavov. I feel like this will be a huge fight, main event, ready to go to start the whole basically in the new year off. Next fight, co-main event would be Kamaru Usman versus Shavkat. Huge fight. Kamaru's been laid off for a minute. Shavkat's been out for a minute. Why not them two duke it out for the next spot and for Islam's defense? Huge title implications right here. Morales could be next right now, or Gary. This when I'm making this. This is November 19th. So this is going to be before the Qatar card that's coming up on Saturday. So we'll see what happens with Gary versus Bilal Muhammad. If Gary wins that, then I feel like he should be next in line for Islam since he beat Protest. But Shavkat and Kamara will be the perfect event to co-main event for this card since both of them been out for a minute. Both of them want to be fighting for the title. So let's just duke it out. Next would be Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. Paddy is, not 300 pounds anymore, so he's fit. He's working out good. Justin Gaethje, sorry, you can't sit out and just wait for a title shot. We have to make you busy. Just duke it out if you want. If you want the belt, and if you believe you're the best in the world, then fight Paddy. You'll win. If you think you're the best in the world, then perfect. Put your hands where your mouth is. Get that contendership then. Because if I have Arman beating Hooker, Arman's next. No one should be jumping Arman no matter what. And I feel like after Saturday, Justin Gaethje is going to get in line. He's like, okay, I understand the Arman's next. I'll earn my shot again. I'll get Paddy. Paddy would be the best feature fight against Justin Gaethje for this card. They're both healthy, both ready. I know I see both of them in the gym, so might as well put it on the UFC 324 card. Next, Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez. Huge. Number one contender right here. Next, whoever wins this is fighting the winner of Hamza versus Imavov. And also the press conference is going to be insane. And you're just going to have Strickland yelling at Hamza yelling at Strickland, Imavov just standing there laughing, Anthony Hernandez talking smack, Hamza talking smack to all three. It's going to be a fun press conference to have. You need to have Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez on the same card as Hamza versus Imavov. It just has to be done. And the winner, it's perfect too. It lines up. The winner could fight on the White House card, assuming so, because Strickland and Anthony both fight out of America. So it could be a big fight on the White House card. If Hamza versus Strickland, that'd be huge. I don't think that's going to happen though, because I don't think Dana White's going to put Hamza on the White House card or the White House lawn. It'll be really fun to have him though. It'll be fun to see. He's all yelling, "Oh my God," on the White House lawn. Yeah, they're going to love it over there. But I don't see that happening. On to the next. Diego Lopez versus Yair. This is a fight that's been needing to happen. Everybody wants it. The fans want it. Diego wants it. Yair is the only one that doesn't want this fight, even though he has to, defend himself on back talk against Diego Lopez. Just, fight the dude. You hate him, fight him. Perfect. You fight him. That's even better. It'll be a great addition to have on the card. It'll be good for number one contendership again. Not for Yair, please God, not another Yair title shot. Diego Lopez, he did good against Volk, but still it was one-sided, 50-45. Volk, I think, is fighting, should be fighting Movsar Evloev on UFC 325. So that should be a good fight to have. Uh, the best prelim feature fight that I could think of at the moment would be Chanko versus Jubilee. Chanko versus Jubilee would be the best fight to have right now. Chanko, mega superstar right now. He's not even fighting yet, and he's already got superstar status at UFC 322. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. He should be the feature prelim, if not the main card. But I'll say let's put him on feature prelim, get more eyes to some of the people who don't buy the main cards or watch it on ESPN or Paramount since it's not a pay per view anymore. But I would say this is a great fight to endure. We'll love to see it. Uh, it would feed both sides of fandom to see these two go at it. I know Jubilee's been talking smack. He said he could beat Khabib. So then if he could beat Khabib, let's see you be one of his teammates. Chanko, let's go. They're both on lightweight, both unranked, both prospects. Let's do it. Next, Jamal versus Azamat. They're both literally in next to each other in the rankings. Jamal has a good layoff. He is, I think, last fought in September, if not earlier than that. Uh, I feel like Azamat he fought in October, didn't take any damage, got a first round knockout. I feel like this would be a good fight to have. Azamat, he's a big contender right now. He has a lot of basically stock behind him. Jamal could take that stock with a knockout by knocking out Azamat, or Jamal could continue on his downfall and Azamat take his stock. We'll see. Sorry about that. Next, Chabrahalo versus Costa. This would be a fun fight to have. Again, it will be under Hamzat. Costa has a lot of beef with Hamzat, so it'll be a lot of back and forth going on. Strickland, I know, has experience with Berhalo. I think they're friends, so that would be fun. Fun banter going around all four of these fighters, or six, I would say, since we're having Hamzat Imamov, Strickland, Anthony Hernandez, Costa, and Berhalo. It'll be a fun banter going all between these guys during fight week, all and embedded and everything. We will have at least one run in, and Hamza is definitely going to be talking smack to everybody. So we'll see how that goes. On to the next, Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. This would be a big step up for Yusuf Zalal. Aljamain Sterling is, I think, in the top 5 or top 6, I believe. And Yusuf Zalal, this would be a good step up for him to get into the top of the featherweight division. Big win, big win for him. If he could get this, he could just 2 fights away or one more fight away if he beats Aljamain Sterling for the title. And if he does it with, big fashion, he could even jump some of the fighters, like Murphy did by knocking out Pico. And I feel like this would be a great fight for Zalal, but also a good fight for Aljo to solidify his ranking as well. On to the next. Burns versus Renat. Burns is on a big skid, a losing skid right now. He's at the top of his division, or I'll say like the bottom half, like the fifth, like ranked 13 of his division. Renat, he's like ranked like around in the 20s. So I would say this would be a great fight to have. Let Renat come in the rankings if he beat Burns. And Renat is also undefeated in the UFC, so is a big name. Burns, if he defends his ranking against Renat, that'd be a big defense. So he could start fighting upper in the rank, maybe top 10 again if he's feeling like it. And I feel like this will be a good fight for both fighters, but good implications for whoever wins this fight. On to the next. Kevin Gastelum versus Ateba Gutierrez. Atiba Gautier is about like one or two fights away from getting ranked into like the top 15 to fight someone in the top 15. I would say Gaslam is I think ranked in his 20s. This is a good fight for Atiba to have. Uh, uh, why am I blanking? Oh my god. Gaslam could be spoiler to the party and stop Atiba from actually, you know, passing him. He could get his stock back up, or Atiba could show that he's not a fraud. He could, fight with these bigger guys and get through him. And if Atiba knocks out Gaslam, that'll be huge. I don't think anyone has knocked out Gaslam before, so I feel like that'll be a good thing to have under your belt for knocking out Gaslam. And then after that, you can fight someone in the top 15 and get in the rankings. Next, Michelle Pereira versus Basinger Susukaro. I know you're saying, "Oh my God, he just fought in UFC 322." Yeah, but he also is not foreign to fighting on short notice. He's fought on 3 days' notice before, and and I think he fought like 2 months after that. Hamzat's fighting on this card. They're main training partners. I feel like this would be a good card for him to be on. Get more star power, get more eyes on him, show how active he is. Yeah, the faster he fights these bigger people, the faster he could get into the top 15, make a bigger name for himself. And I feel like this would be a perfect fight to have. Next would be Stephen Thompson versus Islam Dulatov. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Islam Dulatov. This would be an amazing test for him getting fighting Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Stephen Thompson, he has I think he has like 2 fights on his contract left. He could show that who he is by beating this big up and coming prospect. Islam Dulatov could show who he is and get through Stephen Thompson, get through his karate skills, and eventually fighting for the top 15 after this fight. This is my UFC 324 prediction. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think the main card would be or main event would be for UFC 324. Let me know what you think about this entire card. I created the art for this background as well. Let me know if it's terrible or if it's good, if you like it. Uh, yeah, and thank you, and see you soon.